I'm going to introduce about rational numbers. Already you started So good morning to everyone. Listen, I'm going to teach about rational numbers. Rational numbers already you have studied. You did not study, but before that you have studied different types of numbers. So the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, fractions, decimals, every number you have studied. And this is some more extra branch of those numbers. All those numbers include in this number. Before that, what is mean by rational number? We need to find. Rational number is nothing but if a number is in the form of p by q, that is, for suppose 7 by 5, 15, I have written. So 7 by 15 is in the form of p by q, that is nothing but in fractional form. So p by q. So it is a rational number. If a number is in the form of p by q, that number is known as a rational number. And q will not be equal to 0. If this denominator value is equal to 0, that value becomes undefined. So that's why that must not be equal to 0. Always denominator will be a non-zero value. That means 1, 2, 3, negative values, anything we can see. So here numerator and denominator we have to take as integers only. That means negative values also possible for rational numbers. But it is impossible for fractions. That's only the difference between fractions and rational numbers. So if I have taken minus 7 by 15, this is a rational number but not a fractional number because here minus value we are taking. So the definition is, before that I am going to recall about natural numbers, whole numbers, everything. So natural numbers. What is mean by natural numbers? If we are the set of numbers from 1, 2, 3 and so on, all those numbers are called as natural numbers. So natural numbers are denoted by n. And the definition is given by set of numbers from 1, 2, 3 and so on. That means there is no end for natural numbers. So smaller value is 1, starting value is 1, but there is no end. This collection of numbers are called natural numbers. Already you know this, and the other name of natural numbers was counting numbers. And next branch of numbers, whole numbers. Whole numbers is just extra of natural numbers. Just 0 is more than the natural numbers. That's all. So the collection of natural numbers including 0 are called whole numbers. That is 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So 1, 2, 3 and so on, all are natural numbers. All the natural numbers are whole numbers. That means every natural number is a whole number. But every whole number is not a natural number because 0 is not there in the natural number. And there is no predecessor for 1 because 1 only the smaller value, and there is no predecessor for 0 in the whole number because that only the smaller value. And there is no highest natural number, no highest to whole number. Then another branch is integers. Collection of negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers are called integers. Just whatever you know, I am revising all those things. So integers are nothing but collection of the negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. And here no highest integer, no lowest integer. But when we are going through the types, then we will get the highest value and lowest value. So now coming to the next type of number, if the number is represented in p by q form, that is, here p is called the numerator and q is called the denominator. If we are dividing a whole into some parts, so suppose I have one cake, I want to distribute for my friends. I want to give complete cake for one person. For that case, we will divide it into equal parts, not unequal parts, equal parts. So in that case, we will get this fraction. First, suppose I have like this. So I am dividing it into 8 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have divided into 8 equal parts and I have given 2 parts. That means I have the distributed cake was 2 out of 8 equal parts. So 2 by 8, this type of representation is known as fractional form. And 2 by 8 here, 2 is known as numerator and 8 is known as denominator. This is nothing but this is in the form of P by Q. So fractional number. And coming to the decimal. So just observe your cost of anything, any book. Suppose observe your notebook. The cost will represent 23.45 paisa, like that they will represent. So if points are used, those are nothing but decimal numbers. So suppose I am giving one example 75.42. So this is the decimal number. This one also we can write in the now coming to the rational number. If you are rational number, so coming to the definition of rational number is nothing but a number which is expressed in the form of P by Q is known as a rational number. P by Q, and P and Q are integers and Q will not be equal to 0. So just observe. Rational numbers are represented by Q. Capital Q. So if the numbers in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0 and P and Q belongs to integers. P and Q are integers. Are called rational numbers. And those are denoted by capital Q. So just listen. If any number it is represented in P by Q, P and Q are integers, Q will not be equal to 0, then such type of numbers are known as a rational numbers. Rational numbers. So now natural numbers already we have started. So 1, 2, 3 and so on. All those are natural numbers. Now just observe, we can write 1 is nothing but it is having the denominator 1 internally, but we won't represent that. So 1 by 1 is nothing but 1. 2 is nothing but 2 by 1. 3 is nothing but 3 by 1. 4 is nothing but 4 by 1. 5 is nothing but 5 by 1. That means all those numbers are looking in the form of P by Q. So whereas Q value is equal to 1, not equal to 0. Q value is equal to 1 for natural numbers. All the natural numbers are in the form of P by Q. That means every natural number is a rational number. So every natural number is a rational number. First point. Every natural number, all the natural numbers are rational numbers. Then coming to whole numbers. See 0 divided by any number. is equal to 0 itself. That means 0 is nothing but 0 by 1, 0 by 2, 0 by 3, anything. That means it is in 3 by Q form. So remaining 1, 2, 3, 4 are having the denominator 1 only. Just now I have shown in natural number. Every natural number is a whole number also. That means every whole number also is a 0 also is a rational number. That in the sense every whole number also is a rational number. So that is nothing but 0 by 1 or any number. 0 by anything is 0. 0 by 1, 1 by 1, 2 by 1, 3 by 1. All these are whole numbers. So that means every whole number is a rational number. Every natural number is a rational number. Every whole number also is a rational number. And then coming to the third point. Second point was every whole number is a rational number. So I'm going to tell about rational numbers, how all the numbers are belongs to rational numbers. I'm explaining. Natural numbers, every natural number is in the form of P by Q as the denominator is 1. So that's why these are called rational numbers also. And coming to the whole numbers, every whole number is we can represent in the form of P by Q. That's why every whole number is a rational number. And after that, integers, even for negative numbers also. That means, for suppose -3, -5, -7, like this we have. That means they are also having the denominator 1. That's why those also we can write in the form of P by Q. That means every integer is also a rational number. That means all the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and coming to fractions. Fractions in the sense they are represented in the form of P by Q. That's all. Those also rational numbers. And coming to the decimal value. So suppose 35.72 I have. So I can represent this number in the form of 3572 by 100. I can change to fractional form. Fractional form in the sense P by Q. P by Q is nothing but again it is a rational number. So all the natural numbers are rational numbers, all the whole numbers are rational numbers, and all the integers are rational numbers, and next every decimal number also is a rational number, every fractional number also is a rational number. All the fractions are rational numbers, but all the rational numbers are not fractions. Why? Because so every natural number is a rational number, but every rational number is not a natural number. Why? Because 3 by 5 is a rational number. Then coming to properties of rational numbers. First of all, what is meant by rational numbers? Rational numbers are nothing but the numbers which we can express in the form of P by Q, where Q will not be equal to 0 and P and Q must be integers. Then, what are the different properties of rational numbers? In your previous classes, you have studied the properties of whole numbers, properties of integers. Now we are going to learn properties of rational numbers. So whatever properties you have applied there, those properties only we should apply here also. First property was closure property. So I am using for addition. We will check for all the 4 basic operations. So first operation was addition. Properties of rational numbers under addition. Properties of rational numbers under addition. First property was closure property. So closure property states that if we are performing, so we are checking for addition. Addition in the sense of plus operation means addition. When you are adding to rational number, result also is a rational number. Just we are deciding the result. That's all. If we are getting that result also is a rational number, that means it is a follows the closure property. So for addition, every property is applicable. See, that is, I'll take one example for you. 5 is a rational number because 5 is nothing but 5 by 1 plus 3 also is a rational number. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. 8 is the result. Result also is a rational number. That means it is following the condition. When you are adding two rational numbers, the result also is a rational number. So that is the closure property. Now, if I am taking the fractional form number, so suppose 3 by 5 plus 1 by 5. Two rational numbers I am taking and I am applying the addition operation. So 3 by 5 plus 1 by 5. If you are adding these two numbers, what will be the result? Because these two are like fractions, directly we can do 3 plus 1, that is sum of the numerators by common denominator. So 3 plus 1 by 5, that is nothing but 4 by 5. So 3 by 5 is a rational number, 1 by 5 is a rational number, and the result 4 by 5 also is a rational number. So closure property is applicable for rational numbers. The statement is given by closure property is if you are adding any two rational numbers, result also is a rational number. So best examples are these. If we are adding any two rational numbers, the result also is a rational number. So that means when you are adding any two rational numbers, result is a rational number. That is the statement of a closure property. So by the example also we have verified it is satisfied for the addition. That is 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. 5 comma 3 belongs to rational numbers and also 8 also belongs to rational numbers. That means 8 number here. So addition is satisfied for closure property is satisfied for rational numbers under addition. Then coming to the commutative property. Second property was commutative property. So just listen. If we are adding, so this is by words I have written. You can use symbolically also. Take any three rational numbers. I am taking A is one of the rational numbers and B also is one of the rational numbers. C also is one of the rational numbers. Then A, B, C belongs to rational numbers. So such that A plus B is equal to C. That's it. That is by using symbolically. We can write in this way also. And this is by using words. And now I am writing commutative property. Commutative property is nothing but if we are performing, here we are talking about addition. That's all. So if we are adding any two rational numbers, by changing their order, the result will not change. The result also same. That means if I have 5 plus 3 I have taken, which is equal to 8. I want to change the order. That is, I am writing 3 is in first place and 5 is in the second place. 3 plus 5 also is equal to 8. All these are rational numbers because every natural number is a rational number. That's why 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. 3 plus 5 also is equal to 8. That means when you are changing the order of two numbers, performing addition operation, there will be there is no change in the result. So this is also satisfied by the rational numbers. So commutative property states that if two numbers belongs to rational numbers, that is A, B and A, B belongs to rational numbers, then A plus B must be equal to B plus A. This is the statement of commutative property. So simply I will write in words. That is, if we are adding any two rational numbers by changing the order, by changing their order, the result will remain the same. So best example is A plus B must be equal to B plus A, where A comma B belongs to rational number. So example was 5 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 5, and 5 comma 3 belongs to rational numbers. So once again I am explaining two properties. Listen. Closure property states that if you are adding any two rational numbers, result also is a rational number. And coming to commutative property, if you are adding any two rational numbers by changing their order, that means, so suppose I have taken 5 plus 3 first, the result is 8. And next time I am changing the order as 3 plus 5, then also result is 8. There will be no change in the result. Means we can apply for addition. So this is also same for this is satisfied for rational numbers also. Then coming to this next property, associative property. So this is also same, and it is called a grouping property also. Third property was associative property. So associative property is states that if you are adding any three numbers by changing their order, the result will not change. So how it is possible, we will see with the example. For suppose I am using now 5 plus 3 plus 6, three numbers. I am using the brackets. So you know what is the use of brackets also. So brackets, whenever brackets are included, that operation only you need to do first. First I am applying in this way. So 5 and 3 and 6 are enclosed with the brackets. So that means we need to perform that operation first. So 5 plus 3 plus 6 is 9. Now remaining value is 5 plus 9 is equal to 14. So this one we got. Now change the brackets and perform in another way. 5 plus 3 plus 6. So I have used the bracket for 5 and 3. That means I need to add 5 and 3 first. 5 plus 3 is equal to 8. 8 plus 6. So 8 plus 6 is equal to 40. See here, numbers are same, but order was changed. So this is called grouping property also, because we are grouping the numbers by using the bracket. So associative property states that if you are adding any three numbers by changing their order, result will not change. Result will be same, and those three must be rational numbers. So now I'll give the statement. If we are adding any three rational numbers by changing their order. The result will remain the same. The result will remain the same. There will be no change. So just now I have told you A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C, where A, B, C belongs to Q, that is rational numbers. And for example, for this one is 5 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 5 plus 3 plus 4. Sugar. So this is the statement for associative property, and all these properties already you have studied for whole numbers as well as integers. Now for rational numbers also same. So here I am using simple numbers. If you want to use fractional numbers also, we can use that one also. So now as a commutative closure property states that about only result. If you are adding, the result is a rational number. And when we are going to commutative property, we are using two numbers only, and we are changing their order. Coming to the associative property, we are using three numbers and changing the order, and we are checking the results also. And then coming to the next property, distributive property. Distributive property in the sense, the same amount will be distributed for the remaining parts. So suppose I'll tell you. Next property was distributive property. So distributive property states that if A, B, C, any three rational numbers, then A is distributed over B and C using the multiplication. That is, A is distributed for B as well as C. If we are using addition, it is possible for addition and subtraction also. So that is A into B minus C also we can use. That is, A is distributed over B and C by using subtraction, here by using addition. So distributive property states that A is distributed over two different numbers, that is B and C, using addition. If we can use subtraction also, and distributive property we are using in so many situations. Now coming to the next identity properties. Additive identity, multiplicative identity. Additive identity in the sense, first of all, what is means by identity element? Identity element in the sense, if you are adding anything, the result will not change. So for 1, I am adding some number, I must get 1 with. For 3 also, for which number, by adding which number I will get 3 only as the result. So suppose 5 by 7. By adding which number I will get the result as 5 by 7 only. Identity. Next, so it is denoted as if you are adding 0 to any number, otherwise any number to 0, the result is that number itself, and that number is a rational number. So for a rational number, additive identity is 0. So every set of numbers having the additive identity 0 except natural numbers. Why? Because natural numbers does not consist of 0. Whole numbers will have 0. That's why additive identity of whole numbers is 0 only. And the integers also we are having 0. That means additive identity of integers also 0 only. But natural numbers does not consist 0. That's why natural numbers doesn't have the additive identity element. So this is about different properties under addition, and we have additive inverse also. Additive inverse in the sense, if we are adding any two numbers, the result must be 0. For suppose I have added 5, so 5, by adding which number I will get the result is 0. 5 is nothing but plus 5. What is its additive inverse? Minus 5. So by adding these two numbers, the result will be 0. That's why 5 and minus 5 together are called additive inverses. In general terms, A and minus A, both are additive inverses together. Now, so same properties we have to check for subtraction. We will check for subtraction. For subtraction, first we will go to with closure property. Closure property states that if we are, for addition we already studied. If we are adding any two numbers, result also is a rational number. But coming to the subtraction, if we are subtracting any two rational numbers, result will be the rational number. We will check. Go through with the example. So I am using two numbers. So suppose 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Two numbers, two rational numbers. I am using 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. I want to take their difference, that is subtraction we are taking. So minus 3 by 5 minus 4 by 5. Then what will be the result? 3 minus 4 by 5, which is equal to minus 1 by 5. Minus 1 by 5 also is a rational number. That means commutative closure property is satisfied to subtraction of rational numbers also. Previous classes only natural numbers, whole numbers does not hold closure property under subtraction. But whereas integers and rational numbers will hold the closure property under subtraction also, only closure property. So remember this point, sir. Integers and rational numbers will hold the closure property under subtraction also, whereas natural numbers and whole numbers does not satisfy any operations under subtraction, any properties under subtraction. So remember this point. Now coming to the closure property statement for subtraction. We are subtracting any two rational numbers, result also is a rational number. That's all. So A minus B is equal to C, where A, B, C belongs to rational numbers. So if you didn't understand, once again I am explaining. Once again I am revising that. If you are subtracting any two rational numbers, result also is a rational number. So this holds correctly for rational numbers only. This property, closure property is holds for integers as well as rational numbers, not for natural numbers and whole numbers. Then coming to the next property, commutative property. So this is satisfied. A minus B is equal to C. A, B, C belongs to rational numbers. So best example is 5 minus 3 is equal to 2, and 5, 3, 2 belongs to Q. This is the example. And coming to the second one, commutative property. So how the commutative property goes, we will check. So commutative property statement is nothing but we need to change the order of two numbers. So I am using the numbers 5 and 3 only again. We are subtracting now. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. and 3 minus 5 is equal to minus 2. 2 and minus 2 are so here 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. 3 minus 5 is equal to minus 2. According to the commutative property, 5 minus 3 must be equal to 3 minus 5. But 5 minus 3 is not equal to 3 minus 5 because 2 and minus 2 are not equal. That means commutative property not satisfied under subtraction for rational numbers also. So next, if A minus B is equal to B minus A, if A is equal to B, then only it is satisfied. But just observe, A and B values take same equally. So suppose I am taking 5 minus 5. 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. Again 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. Means A and B values are equal. That means both are rational numbers, both the given rational numbers are equal. In that case, it will be possible. But in another cases, it will not correct for subtraction for rational numbers. Commutative property not suitable for rational numbers under subtraction. And coming to the next third one, associative property. Associative property states that just stop. If we are changing the order of 3 numbers, we must get the same result. So here subtraction we are doing. If we are subtracting any 3 numbers by changing their order, we have to get the same result. We will check whether we will get the same result or not. According to this property, we must get A minus B minus C is equal to A minus B minus C. So is it possible or not? We will check. So I am taking A, B, C values as A equal to 5, B equal to 2, C equal to B equal to A equal to 7, B is 5, C is 3 I am taking. So now apply this, verify whether it is possible or not. Take the LHS side, A minus B minus C. So A value is 7 minus B value is 5 minus 3. That is 7 minus, because of bracket we have to simplify that one only first. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. Then come to RHS. A minus B minus C. So A minus B, that is 7 minus 5 minus 3. 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So here 5 and here we got minus 1. Both are not equal. That means associative property also not suitable under subtraction for rational numbers. So only the closure property will be suitable for rational numbers under subtraction. Then coming to properties of rational numbers under multiplication. So properties of rational numbers under multiplication. Multiplication again same thing. Closure property only we have to check first. Closure property states that when we are multiplying two rational numbers, result also is a rational number. So go through with the example. First property was closure property. So closure property states that if you are adding, for multiplication, if we are multiplying any two rational numbers, result also is a rational number. I'm taking two rational numbers as 3 by 5 into 5 by 7. So 3 by 5 and 5 by 7 are two rational numbers, and they will multiply these two numbers. What we will get? 5 will get cancelled. 3 by 7. 3 by 7 also is a rational number. So for suppose another example I am taking 3 into 5. 3 5 are 15. 15 also is a rational number. 3 and 5 are rational numbers and 15 also is a rational number. That means multiplication is closure property is satisfied for rational numbers under multiplication also. Closure property satisfied under addition, subtraction and multiplication also. So remember this, closure property only will satisfy for this subtraction, not another property. So now I am writing by using symbolically. A into B is equal to C. Here A, B, C belongs to rational numbers. And next example is 5 into 7 is equal to 35. 5, 7, 35 all are belongs to rational numbers. So very simple. Instead of words, if we are using symbols, this is very simple to write the formulas. So statements are important. When we are applying in the formulas, when we are applying in the problems, you will understand easily. Then coming to the second one, commutative property under addition, under multiplication. So same as previous one, commutative, we have to change any two numbers order, then also result will not change, and it is positive for multiplication. Why? Because just observe 5 3s are 15, 3 5s are also 15. That means multiplication goes correctly. So and A comma B belongs to rational numbers. That means for best example is 3 into 5 is equal to 5 into 3, which is equal to 15, and all those are belongs to rational numbers. And then coming to the next property was the associative property. Associative property also will positive. So and after associative property, distributive property also same for this thing. And here also distributive property is that is there for multiplication distributed over addition as well as subtraction. And next one more extra topic was the multiplicative identity. So just now I told you multiplicative identity and multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative identity. When we are multiplying a number, by which number we will get the same number as the result. That number is called multiplicative identity. So for suppose I am using the example 5 into dash is equal to 5. 3 into dash is equal to 3. Just before we have used addition, now we are checking for multiplication. So 5 into, by multiplying which number we will get 5 as the result. There is nothing but 1 only. 5 ones are 5. 3 ones are 3. 25 ones are 25. So if you are multiplying 1 for any number, you will get that number only as a result. That's why 1 is called multiplicative identity and multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse is nothing but if you are multiplying any two numbers, the product will be equal to 1. Then those are said to be multiplicative inverses together. Multiplicative inverse also known as reciprocal. So for suppose A into 1 by A is equal to 1. So A and 1 by A are reciprocals to each other. Multiplicative inverses to each other. So this is the simplification. Now, so all these are the properties for addition, subtraction, multiplication. Addition, under addition, all the properties, closure property, commutative property, associative property, everything possible for rational numbers. For multiplication also everything possible. But subtraction, only closure property is satisfied, remaining any property will not satisfy. And then coming to the next property, the next operation was division. Closure property says that if you are dividing any two numbers, the result also is a rational number. For suppose, so I'll explain. Closure property. So closure property states that for division we will say that means A divided by B is equal to C. A, B, C must be belongs to Q. So I am taking A value as 1 by 2 divided by 3 by 5. I'm taking A value 1 by 2, B value is 3 by 5. Then we will apply what we will get. 1 by 2 into, so whenever division is there, we can change it into multiplication by taking the reciprocal of the next value. This one you did in fractions, so many times you have did. So 3 by 5 is nothing but 5 by 3. So now the multiplication, product of fractions and the division of fractions is very simple. So 1 5 is 15 and 2 3 is 6. 15 by 6, not in the simplest form. 3 5 is 15, 3 2 is 6. So 5 by 2 is the simplified form. Now 5 by 2 also is in the 3 by 2 form. That means it is a rational number. So when you are dividing any two numbers, result also is a rational number. So for how many cases it will hold correctly, we will see. First, suppose I am taking 7 divided by 5. 7 is one number, 5 is one number. So 7 divided by 5 is nothing but 7 by 5. 7 by 5 is nothing but it is a rational number. So still here it is also satisfied. Now take the denominator as 0. For suppose I am taking 8 by 0. 8 by 0 is undefined. That's why this not hold. This one is not satisfied. It is not a rational number at all. We can't define this value. So when you are getting the denominator value as 0, that division also not satisfied. So except 0, if we are not taking denominator as 0, that means if the denominator is non-zero value, in that case division also holds correctly under closure property. Only for closure property here, nothing is possible for division. If you want, you try yourself for division and check remaining all operations I have explained just now for addition, subtraction, multiplication. In the same way, try it for division also, and only except the closure property. That closure property also we should not take 0 in the denominator. So until you are not taking 0, it will satisfy. If you are obeying 0, it will not, it is also not satisfied. So completely addition and multiplication satisfies all the properties, whereas subtraction satisfies only closure property. Under division, any operation is not satisfied. If you are taking non-zero value in the denominator, in that case, it will be possible for division. Closure property only possible for division. That's all. So I'll give you one example. So rearrange and simplify. Rearrange in the sense we need to go for using the properties itself. So how we can rearrange? Just observe it. Observe the given values, rational numbers. 2 by 5, 3 by 7, minus 6 by 5, minus 13 by 7. So here arrange the like fractions together. That means which are having the same denominator, arrange them together. So for that arrangement, we are going to use the properties. So only commutative property, changing the order, one number to other number. So here I am going to change these two numbers, that is 3 by 7 and so first of all, write the given question, 2 by 5 plus 3 by 7 plus of minus 6 by 5 plus of minus 13 by 7. So first of all, load the question correctly and keep equal to symbol. Then arrange them. So which one you are going to change? Keep one bracket for this. 3 by 7 and minus 6 by 5 I want to change. So I'm keeping one bracket, square bracket, because I want to denote which one I'm going to change. So here only two numbers I am taking. That's why it is commutative property. So 2 by 5, I'm changing this number to this side and this number to this side. So changing two numbers order, commutative property. That is plus of inside the bracket only. I am not disturbing the bracket. Minus 6 by 5 plus 3 by 7. So here I have used commutative property. So I am writing because of commutative property I have changed this. Because of commutative property I have changed all these things. Now again we can't, if we are simplifying this, we can't get the thing easily answered. So for that sake I'm rearranging again. For that I'm changing the bracket now. So if I'm changing the bracket, that means I'm changing the order of three numbers. I'm changing the group. That's why it is comes under associative property. So observe 2 by 5 plus of minus 6 by 5 plus 3 by 7 plus of minus 13 by 7. So just observe here I have changed inside the bracket whatever numbers are there. Only two numbers I have changed. That's why it is commutative. Here I am going to disturb three numbers. I am changing the bracket. Grouping I am changing. That's why it is associative property. So now because of associative property I have changed this. So in this way properties are useful. Now coming to the simplification. 2 minus 6 by 5 plus 3 minus 13 by 7 because these two are like fractions. So that is nothing but minus 4 by 5 plus minus 10 by 7. And here still answer not finished. So only two fractions we got. Now go for we can do the addition of rational numbers in two methods, cross multiplication method, otherwise LCM. So 7 and 5 LCM was go for cross multiplication, nothing will happen. So 7 4 7 into 4 and 5 into 10. Cross multiplication. 7 4 28 plus of 5 10s are 50 by 7 5s are 35. So which is equal to minus 28 minus 50 like integers. So addition minus 78 by 35. So this is our answer. And here no simplification is possible. No cancellation is possible. So that's all. So to do here, we can go through with cross multiplication, otherwise LCM also, remember. And so once again, I'll explain. When we are using different problems like this, we are using the properties. So those properties are commutative property and associative property. When if you are having all or addition and multiplication, these two properties are useful. And here it was suppose into and plus or into and minus. That means you have to use for distributive property. So remember, observe the questions and apply every property in normal way. So next. Another example, write the additive inverses of the following given additive inverses of the following numbers, following rational numbers. First one is 2 by 7. Second one is minus 11 by 5. 7 by minus 13. Minus 2 by minus 3. So just observe, I forgot whether the given rational number is positive or negative, we need to determine. First observe the numerator and denominator. So 2 and 7, both are positive numbers. That means it is a positive rational number. So tomorrow we will continue this topic. Tomorrow in the tomorrow class we will go through with the additive inverses and multiplicative inverses and positive rational numbers, negative rational numbers. All those things we will learn tomorrow class in the tomorrow class. So bye.